Tom.
Hello everybody, Tom Fox here to go over some more E3 perspectives and opinions. This time it was Nintendo, and not a lot was shown, unless they're developing a lot of stuff for the years to come and they just haven't shown it at E3 yet. But starting off, they had Star Fox Zero, where it seems like aiming is done with the gamepad. Kind of hoping that's optional, honestly. I like the old style of aiming where you kind of like turn into your aim. But then they also brought back like a lot of the, they brought back the Landmaster, and they brought back the Walker ability from Star Fox 2, and they added the Gyro Wing, which is pretty neat. I guess it's kind of like to offset the fact that like in this game, you're probably not going to be leaving your ship at all. So you kind of have that little drone thing to walk around a little bit. Also, is this a prequel, or is this supposed to overlap the story of Star Fox 64? Because like, from what I've seen of like the Treehouse thing from Nintendo there, it seemed like a lot of the dialogue is very similar to Star Fox 64. Like, when they finish, Peppy's like, you're becoming more like your father. So I'm kind of wondering. Overall, though, it looks good. We've been waiting for another Star Fox game for a while, so, you know, can't wait to see that. They went over some Skylanders Supercharged stuff, where it's like they have Nintendo-exclusive characters for the Wii U mode. And I guess if Sony is getting Disney Infinity, like, specials, then, you know, only fair for Nintendo to be getting Skylanders. In fact, story long ago, or probably not long ago, but like a while ago, about how Nintendo was originally supposed to get Skylanders exclusivity, but they turned it down. I don't think Amiibos were in production at that point. But yeah, so they got the Turbo Donkey Kong and the Hammer Slam Bowser and both vehicles for them. So, and it seems like they can go between being Amiibos and being Skylanders as well. I guess you need different NFC chips for that. So, I mean, like, if you're an Amiibo collector, that's good. I mean, like, I wouldn't call myself, like, a full-blown Amiibo collector. Right now, I'm just going for the Smash Bros. Ones. But, yeah, it's still pretty good. Still pretty good for Amiibo collectors if they're trying to get them all. Next, we had Zelda Triforce Heroes, which is a pretty neat idea. I really liked, the kind of brings back the whole Force Sword thing, and you can have like a customizable character with clothes that kind of offer you different abilities as you're wearing them. And one of them was definitely wearing a dress. They show the Princess Zelda one. There is a viable single player for it, so it's not all multiplayer. But they also look like they're going into online multiplayer, which, you know, that's definitely one of the top contenders for Nintendo's E3, considering, because like that, you know, like, Nintendo has never done online multiplayer like that before, so it's good to see that, like, a Zelda game, like a multiplayer Zelda game, is going to be able to be, you know, played online with more people. They showed off a little bit of Hyrule Warriors Legends, which is the 3DS Hyrule Warriors. Looks like all the DLC is going to be included with it, and they're introducing Tetra and the King of Red Lions. One thing that got me kind of confused, though, is it going to be just for the 3DS? Or just for the new 3DS? Or is it going to be for both the 3DS and new 3DS? You know, these are the things you kind of got to know going into it. Otherwise, you know, maybe the game won't run properly. But, you know, Nintendo's always got that polish to it. Their games usually run pretty well. Let's see. After that, they showed off 2 Metroid spin-offs. Federation Force, where it seems like it's 4-player co-op missions, and Metroid Prime Blast Ball, where they show that they played that at the Nintendo World Championships. It was what was it? It was the like the Metroid Soccer sort of thing. That looks like a lot of fun. I'd rather see that on a console-based system, honestly. Obviously, it's not the Metroid game that we all wanted, and you know, in all honesty, if you're gonna plaster Metroid on something just for sales, then, you know, we can kind of already see where the direction of the quality of that game is going. So, you know, just got to be a little bit wary about it. They showed Fire Emblem Fates a little bit, showed off some more abilities where it's like the swords have like different magical properties as opposed to just 11 sword. And it also seems like the main character turns into some form of beast or something, because like, if you're gonna kill me, then do it in your own form. And they showed Fire Emblem cross Shin Megami Tensei. And honestly, the only thing I was looking for in there were Fire Emblem characters, which were Chrom, Kata, Kain, and Tiki. And it seems like all of them were just summons, honestly. Like, they didn't seem to play a vital role in the world. I don't speak Japanese, but maybe their dialogue showed something. Showed off a little bit more of Xenoblade Chronicles X. That game's been out in Japan for a while now, but I haven't really been paying much attention to it. They showed the other planet survival again, that you left Earth because it was destroyed, and you crash land on this planet, and you're trying to survive. They also showed off mech combat system as well, so we're going to have to see where that goes. Heard it wasn't doing that well in Japan, so we'll have to see how it does here. Showed off a little bit of Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. I get the feeling that amiibos, or like the amiibo cards, aren't required to play it. They just kind of add a little bit of stuff to it. Because otherwise the game would just be unplayable. Similar with Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. Either that game has to have something that's not relating to amiibo with it, or the game, or every copy of the game has to be packaged with an amiibo. Because, otherwise why, Either that or the game is like a digital download that's like not full price, so that way, it kind of offsets the cost of the amiibo. Because otherwise, it's just like, why would you, honestly, they're becoming live long enough to become the bad guy if it's a full retail price game and you have to buy the amiibo separately. Because that's basically saying, like, okay, it's kind of like going back to like the whole Splatoon argument where it's like, okay, we have this, but there's a bunch of content that's locked unless you have the amiibo. And the amiibo are hard to find. They're trying to release more of them, but that was a $60 game with a like $25 or $30 pack of 3 amiibos to unlock content in the game. So you kind of have to wonder like where this whole amiibo thing is going to go. Like, is it going to run away? Like, are we going to see more games where it's like you have to get the amiibo in order to get content? Like, with the Splatoon amiibo, that's proprietary. Like, that seems like it's only for Splatoon. So, whereas the Smash amiibos could be played with a variety of different games. So where does it end, and where exactly, where does it start, honestly? But where does it end, really? Where does it end with making individual amiibos for individual games is all I'm kind of wondering about. It seems like in Amiibo Festival, it's like similar to Mario Party. They didn't really go over any concept of like mini games or anything like that, but it looks very similar to the original Mario Party games. I guess they're trying to bring back that gameplay style. And it seems like it could be a pretty solid title if the amiibos aren't required. But they didn't touch base on it. They didn't really show off anything about that. They showed off a little bit more of the Yoshi's Woolly World. Supposedly, according to the designers, it's supposed to be fun, but also be challenging as well. You got Poochie back. Poochie ain't stupid. Got a game called Yokai Watch, which I think is based on an anime, because I remember on Tumblr I saw a clip of it where like they were turning into handsome people or something like that. Kind of seems like your basic like monster catching sort of thing. 3-on-3 battles, but the attacks seem more action based. Like you have to do like little actions in order to get your monster to do better attack. After that, they showed Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, where pretty much it looks like it plays like a Mario and Luigi game, but crossed over with Paper Mario. Ultimately, as long as the combat doesn't focus around stickers, which according to that trailer it didn't, I'm fine with it, because Sticker Star was just so bad. So bad. And last they showed Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, where all they really showed from it was that you could play tennis, and that there was a giant growth ability with the Mega Mushroom, which honestly they haven't used Mega Mushroom since like Mario Kart Wii. So, I mean, we'll see where it goes from there. I love the Mario Tennis games. I felt Power Tennis was the weakest of the three, and because... However, like Open Tour, or what is it, World Tour? I don't remember what the or Mario Tennis Open for the 3DS. That had that weird thing with like the panels, and it just made it a little bit too easy, if you know what I mean. And it made multiplayer online multiplayer kind of impossible, because people always play the same character with like the curving shots, and it'd be so hard to get from one end of the court to the other to catch the ball. Yada yada yada. But we'll have to see where it goes from there. And lastly, they touched base a little bit on Mario Maker, showing off a little bit more of like what was going on with it, and the fact that it had amiibo support. You can get the mystery mushroom and turn into various characters throughout Nintendo history. So like you get the Wii. They already showed Wii Fit Trainer, Link, Luigi, Isabelle. Like there's going to be support for Isabelle as well. And on top of that, let's see, they mentioned one other thing. Oh yeah, the 30th anniversary Mario amiibo, like that really big one. That one's gonna, I wouldn't say play a vital role, but it does add a little bit of like it adds the Mega Mushroom into the game, and it kind of gives it. I saw Goombas with mustaches when he got that too, so that was kind of odd. overall, Nintendo's conference was pretty weak. Honestly, I'd rank them above EA. Like, honestly, you can't really fall any further than EA. Probably are on tied with Ubisoft, because Ubisoft has some pretty solid titles. But probably below Microsoft and below Bethesda and below Sony as far as their presentations go. We'll have to see how their games come out. Currently, the games that I'm most excited for on here are Star Fox Zero, Zelda Triforce Heroes, Fire Emblem Fates, and Xenoblade Chronicles X, as well as Mario Maker. I'm really excited for Mario Maker. Mario Luigi Paper Jam looked good as well. Actually, now that I think about it, it's about the same amount of games I'm excited for other ones. It just seemed like their, I don't know, presentation was lacking, and, you know, they kind of left a lot of people hanging as far as like, you know, various other things. Like, people want an F-Zero game. I think the reason they kind of veer away from that is because not a lot of people in, like, because the common consumer doesn't want an F-Zero game. The hardcore fans want the F-Zero game. The common consumer more or less outweighs the hardcore fan. And F-Zero games are hard. Like, you know, I'd be happy with them waiting on an F-Zero game to kind of make it balance between people who want to get started in it and people who are hardcore veterans of it. So that way you're not alienating an entire, you know, fan base there. Honestly, I think people just want it because of Captain Falcon in Smash Bros, but, you know, whatever. Kind of left us dry with Zelda Wii U, but they also mentioned that they weren't going to mention that at E3 at all. Probably because it's nowhere near done. They were mentioning trying to get that out before Star Fox. When I first heard that, I was thinking to myself, no, they're definitely going to delay it. And lo and behold, they did. And, you know, they didn't really touch base on an E3, probably because it's still probably not quite done yet. I have a feeling if all goes planned and they get the whole development done on it, that I get the feeling it's going to be Q4 2016 for a release date for that. Would have been nice if they at least touched base on it a little bit to kind of see, you know, give us a little bit of taste where it was in development. But, you know, I can understand it got delayed, stuff went wrong, or realized that they weren't able to get it out as quickly as they wanted to. Who knows? Anyway, next up, we're going to be touching base on the Square Enix conference. So, hope to see you all then. See you later.